Hello, I'm Savin from Nepal. I'm creating expense tracking system, and in first portion I'll develop a login form only and add some functionality of login. So we'll go and make a form. Like first of all, we'll create a project. Like I'll develop ETS expense tracking system, and then create a tables for that one. It will be like users table, automatic increment and name, username and password, and address to this address. Okay, and I have created a table successfully using mysql workbench in mysql. Now let's fill up the form. It will be dummy data only, just for testing a login. I'll just use 4123 and then write apply. Our table has been successfully created and fill has been successfully inserted. Now let's move on NetBeans for creating a login form design. For that we need to create a new project using a Java Wint and Java application, and we'll name our project ETS, and we don't need to create a main class. It's saying ETS expense. I'll just tracker system. Expense tracker system, and then create this project. And the first task we need to add is library. We can download this mysql connector for Java from website. I'll put the link in description. Okay, we have successfully imported the Java SQL driver. Now just create a package app. We can name any. We need to create now JFrame form for login form, and just create. We can design it, but I'll just show surface design in here. Like I'll put a border in here. Color, I'd like to put this one. Okay, and top 3 5 5 5 5. Okay, and I'll put some label for a project like expense tracking system, and we can give some properties for this one, like properties 18. Okay, close. Now put some panel in here too, and try to give similar properties like panel synthetic matte border and little bit different color, darker color. Okay, and insert six 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 six. Okay, now we need to put some text field and label and button. Like username, like label username is for showing the error message, and change the text and properties like change the foreground color to red, and then text to the blank, and add a text field in here. Okay, this one is good. Now add a label password, and the text field and ID for this text field, password, and ID for this text field, username, and edit text, that one. And we need to put a label for error message for a password also, like if user don't enter a password, then we need to show them the message using this one, and we need to change the color of that one to the red, and just delete this one too. Now we need to add a button for creating login event. Where is the button? Yep, here's the button. Okay, I'll just rename this one to login and give the ID like login. Okay, so the ID is also readable, and now we need to start the login form using a connection. For connection, if we use a dry concept like do not repeat yourself, then creating a function is very good idea. We don't need to repeat. Here we have only one SQL query, so we don't need dry principle, but in every project if we use a dry principle, then it would be better. And suppose if we have a CRUD application and create, read, update, delete in one project, and if we don't use a function, then we need to always write a connection code in every function of like insert, update, delete, and read. So for minimizing that, I'll just split the code into the function so it can be usable. Connection, get connection. Okay, now we need to import java sql dot asterisk. This will import everything. Every configuration is in java mysql. We need to put connection. Okay, we need to put a try and catch. Exception e dot print this one and throw a new exception, runtime exception. Okay, I'll just load that later. Now con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Now we need to put a connection command, like this will register driver a mysql and put a connection, like we are using jdbc mysql, jdbc mysql, and a url localhost, and using 2306 slash database name, and we need to use false and server time zone is equal to, currently I'm living in Australia, so I'm using Australia's time zone, and we need to use a username of a database student. Oh, I forget to put it in quote, comma student student. Now it says that it's about a SQL. It's some error, so I'll just cut that one first. Just import that one for right now. Because we haven't returned it. And I think this one, we don't need this one. Import java.sql.asterisk dot, yeah, we have like driver manager everything in here, so we can use asterisk in here. Awesome. here. It's not taking a driver manager. Oh, spelling is mistaken here. Manager, get connection, okay. Now we like to go to event. If we click the button, then automatically event is created in here. We'll just write a SQL command in here like string query and select username comma password from users table where username is equals to, because we can't use this code directly, we need to use this like this, username dot get text. Oh no, get text plus and this one, and password equals to plus plus. Oh no, plus plus here, password dot get text. And for execution I'll create new query function, execute SQL query and pass the query and message. Okay, and create a method, this one just behind that function. Okay, now I'll just delete this one because we don't need that one, and we'll see a case in here first, like if the username and password field is empty, and if username field is empty, and if password is empty, what to do. Like if username dot get text dot frame dot is empty, it checks that if the username field is empty, and end operator password dot get text dot frame dot is empty. And we have already created in design form like label username and label password. Oh, we haven't created, like we need to change this one, label password. Okay, so label username dot set text, like we'll give a message like user name is empty and label password is empty. and we need to check like if username only is empty, like we can copy this one, like we can put it in else if, and again put else if password is empty, then we will show this password is empty. Okay, now what if the user has put the input data in the form field? We need to create a connection first in there, like just create a variable for statement and result set, and we need to first connection the data, connection con is equal to get connection, as we have already created a get connection function above, and here we have already connected to the mysql, and we need a statement query for writing a SQL query, and result set is for executing a query. And in every project we must do these things, like connect, register a driver and connect to the mysql, write a statement and execute a query. So we need to connect the statement to the driver first. Con dot create statement, and we need to execute the statement query. So stmt dot execute query, and the query name we have got from above here, select asterisk query. Okay, oh, we need to put everything in the try cats, like try cats, and exception e error dot print stack trace, and it's all done. Now if it's executed, if, then we need to perform next, like what if the login is successful after executing the query, and if the login is not successful. If the login is successful, then we can show it in alert dialog box. So message dialog null, and here message, like user plus message plus success. Like, oh, we need to put it message. Like we have sent a query and login as a message, so we can show it in there. If it's not success for login, like the username and password is not correct, then we can show a message like user and our password is user and password do not match. Okay, and we need to set like set text to null for login form field and a password to the null, and we'll just look the execution of this one. We'll just clean and build a project. Run, clean and build a project, and then after it's built successful, run the project login form. Like if we don't enter any username and password, this form will show the error. Like if we do like this, then it's showing, though we have entered, it's showing username is empty. For this we need to put like in design, in event key released, and in here we'll use label underscore username dot set text to null. And similarly we have to do to the password field. Sorry, password dot set text to null. Now I can try to log in. It's some error, and what if, yeah, perfect. Now we need to check, like if it's successful login, then we have just shown the message like Sitya 123 user login success, and if it's not correct, then it shows that user and password do not match. And we need to do further action like create a new form like home, and if it's successfully login, then we'll navigate to home form. Like for that we need to create a object of home. Home is equal to new home, and then create a home dot set visible true, and set visible false. Like set visible is used in here also for showing the form. And now just we'll check it, like if it's successfully login. success. And yeah, now here we have problem, like if we close the home form also, the login form will also be closed. So for fixing that solution, we'll change the properties and dispose, and then and we'll put it in a center also. Okay, and similar to the login form, properties code. Oh no, it's for JPanel. Properties code generate center. Okay, now running it. Okay, so it's in the center. Yeah, it's in the center and it's awesome. Now if we want to make the login form default, then we can go to the right click to the expense tracking system, our project, and then do run and use a main class. I'm using a login form, but you can use other also, home also. That's all for today. Now in next part I'll do a crowd application for just expense only, or a category only. See you next time. Thank you.